Hello everybody, Michael Jackson here, and today we're going to be... You thought it was Michael Jackson, but it was me, Travis. So yeah, no, it's not Michael Jackson, it's actually... Don't mind that. It's actually just the cover for a CD, anyway. How about Michael Jackson? Rest in peace. Today we're going to be doing another review culmination until I can review everything that comes out, and then, well, review what I've seen, and then I'll get back to one single video reviews. Like, next I'm going to be watching Sorry to Bother You. Sorry it took, like, I don't know, like 2 weeks to upload this, but, you know, I was watching other things. So today I'm going to be reviewing the documentary, Won't You Be My Neighbor, the movie, Jurassic Park Fallen Kingdom, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Hotel Transylvania 3, Summer Vacation. I'm going to be saying which one is the best and which one is the worst. I swear, I'm just gonna watch the 4 movies and then I'm just gonna do culmination things. If you guys like these like big culmination reviews, then just let me know and I'll keep doing it. Anyway, first up, probably the best of these films. It's called Mr. Rot. No, it's not. No, what it's called is Won't You Be My Neighbor by Mr. I don't know who it's by, but I know what it's based off of. Of course I do. I've watched it. It's based off of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I don't know if any of you've watched that. I haven't watched too many episodes. I didn't watch too many episodes as a kid. In fact, I saw a few episodes as a teenager. So you know, they were okay. They were good. They were cute, and the documentaries like really good, really great. I mean, it showcases Mr. Rogers as a person, how he viewed television, how he tried to connect with children, and it was genius in a way, because Mr. Rogers didn't talk down to children as if they were like simpletons or like impure, like he didn't think they were dumb in a way. He talked to children and the same way that an adult would talk to another adult, or a teenager would talk to another, like a person would talk to a person. It's the same thing, and he did it with such excellence that I don't think anybody else can master except Mr. Rogers. You know, but Mr. Rogers was one of the nicest people ever portrayed on television, and he was very I'll say he stood up for what he believed in, because I think he was a Christian minister, right? So he believed that everyone should be, he should treat everyone with the same kindness as Jesus did. This is what he believes. He did such apparently groundbreaking things. Like he had a black man, Officer Simmons. I don't know, Clemens Simmons. I mean, Officer Clemens. Sorry. I don't remember the guy's first name, the actor, but it was something Clemens, and he was black, and he allowed him on a show, as well. He was how do I put this friendly way, flamboyant, and yeah, I'll say that so I don't get to I don't know, you know. Let's keep it PG, you know. And that's not really gonna change anything, you know. I'm sorry, I'm saying, you know. This is getting off topic. Anyway, he brought this flamboyant black man onto his show, and he put him in the pool next to him because they weren't, back then, I think that was like the 70s, I think. Black men and white people weren't allowed, or black men weren't allowed in pools with other white people. Or black people, sorry, not men, not just men. Sorry about that. Anyway, and he stood up for that bogus rule that was emitted back in those days, and that's one groundbreaking thing he did. He talked about very serious topics. I did talk about 9/11, back when that happened. You remember that, of course you do. Everybody remembers that. Never forget. And he talked about like serious topics that most kids in our generation, I believe, wouldn't quite grasp, like divorce and other things, and by kids I mean like very small children. That was the demographic of the show. But it was a great documentary and touched on different things he did, the perspectives of his life through other people. There was this one part, I remember there was a part in an episode where he was talking to this disabled kid named Jeff, and they sang and they did things like that, and he talked with him. He had a normal conversation with this kid, this very smart, I want to say gifted kid, but I don't know what he's up to now, so you know. Anyway, at the end of the movie, well, yeah, the spoilers for all of these if you haven't watched them. Anyway, there's at the end of the movie there is a scene or a part in like one of those award ceremonies where Jeff meets Mr. Rogers again. It was like back in like 2000 or something, 2000 or 2001, one of those times. Anyway, great documentary, well filmed, great perspectives. There's also this animated part where Daniel Tiger, one of Mr. Rogers' characters, he's animated, and it's kind of like a metaphor for Mr. Rogers in a way. Like, he was this kind being, but he didn't, I want to say he was scared, but Mr. Rogers wasn't scared. Mr. Rogers was very, very bold in what he believed in, and that's why I admire about him. I wish the world had more people like Mr. Rogers in it to cleanse the world. I feel like if he was alive, he would have at least attempted or tried to cleanse the world of all the bad things that have happened. There have been a lot of shootings and crimes, gun crimes, bad things, a lot of bad things. I touched on the topic, but it just be so much the cover. I've seen so many things on it. So yes, I believe Mr. Rogers will go down as the greatest human being of all time. I give this documentary a 10 out of 10. Next movie is absolute garbage. Is that what they call it in France? I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. That was not a very good joke. But seriously, Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom was not a very good movie. In fact, I didn't watch it in theaters. I watched it at home. There was this box set that we can watch movies on. It's strange. And what I mean by strange is that I don't really remember it that much. Like, I remember the first one somewhat. I remember a lot more than the second one. So the second one, it has Chris Pratt's character, Chris Pratt in it, and Claire Dawson, played by, I don't know, whatever her name is. I should script these videos, shouldn't I? Anyways, those two characters embark. They go back to the island because we need a movie, right? We need a plot. So they go back to the island. They what do they try and find again? You see, I don't even remember this movie. I probably should have researched this before I made this. But anyway, they look for some dinosaurs. Some dinosaurs attack. They in the beginning, some dinosaurs kill a guy. The bad guys, they're like auctioning dinosaurs. One's played by Toby Jones. I like him. And he was like, I don't know. He wasn't really good in this movie. His American accent was alright. But, you know, I'll just give him a pass because, you know, he's Toby Jones, right? Oh, yes, he's also going to voice Owl, one of my favorite characters in the Winnie the Pooh series. So I'm happy about that. But, going back to Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, it's filled with, I want to say cliche, but there's not really much cliches as they're, like, cliche characters. Like, there's this one guy, he's the nerd character. This girl, he's like the nerd character. She's the nerd character as well. Except the other guy, he screams like a girl. He's smart. He can hack into things with no problems. I didn't like him very much because he was just a token character, right? Did I just spit? Sorry if that got. Owen, Chris Pratt's character was like, the staple main character. Did I just voice crap? Claire was the staple love interest, and their kiss seemed forced. When I watched it with my dad, I'm like, they're gonna kiss by the end. before the end of the movie they're gonna kiss. I know it. And that wasn't like, oh, I wanted them to. I mean, it was gonna happen. It wasn't set up or anything. They didn't have like a real relationship. It was just, oh, look, we have the main character, and oh, we have a female. Let's hook them up. So that's what happened. Plot, it's forgettable. I'll say that. I don't even remember why they went back to the island. I remember they just got chased by a bunch of dinosaurs. One thing I liked but I didn't like was that the T-Rex that was in the originals only shows up for like a few minutes. It eats a dinosaur and, well, not eats, but like bites a dinosaur, and then like, oh look, hey, there's the T-Rex. He's in like every movie. We have to have him in this one. And so he's like, oh, hey, I'm the T-Rex. Oh, peace, y'all. So that's what happened with him. Most of the characters are forgettable. I can't remember a single one of the names except Owen and Claire. And actually, those are the only two characters' names that I remember. Mostly because I watched the first one, right? And they were in the first Jurassic World, I mean. So anyway, that's a strong 5 or 6 out of 10. It's not the best thing. It probably isn't worth your time. You should probably just watch I don't know, JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. Watch that instead. I'll make some videos on those shows. Anyway, next movie, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Now this was better than The Fallen Kingdom. This is a lot better than The Fallen Kingdom. But it's a good Marvel movie. I'll say this. It's mediocre. I mean, it was good to watch it in the theaters. I mean, it was probably good after Infinity War, so we can get like oh hey, something funny for our minds, like something like that. Because Infinity War wasn't like, it was funny. A few moments were funny, but the ending wasn't very funny. It was very serious, and it was very strange to see all my characters disappear. But then I realized, oh yeah, it's a comic book movie, so they're all gonna come back eventually. So I wasn't like upset or anything. So I just had to anyways, Ant-Man and the Wasp, good movie. Scott Lang was good as usual. Hope Van Dyne / Wasp was good. She was the new character that was introduced. She was alright. Hank Pym was maybe my favorite character in the movie. Michael Douglas had a good performance there. Wasn't in a lot more than I thought he would be. No, my favorite character is Louise, the minor character, played by Michael Pena. Really good character. Funny jokes. Probably the best, funniest jokes in the entire movie. That's what I liked about it. Another thing I liked about it is that they explored the quantum realm a little bit more. Like if you see it in the movie, to me, it just looks so majestic and beautiful. The little, like, organisms floating around, and, like, the stylized, purple, hazy-looking, visuals. It was good. It was great. I really like the quantum realm. I like that we got to explore it just a tiny bit. But, that's what I liked about the movie. There are a few things I didn't like about it, though. Like, one of the minor bad guys, Sonny Birch, played by obligatory bad guy Face. I think it's Michael Goggins. Yeah, it's Michael Goggins. Sonny Birch, played by Michael Goggins. He was not the very good villain. He served no purpose to the overall Marvel story. He was just the token side character. Or side villain antagonist. He was very boring. If I was making me bored just talking about him, I didn't like him at all. Another thing, the actor Michael Goggins was also in the Lara Tomb Raider movie, so I didn't really like him in that either. He was in fact the worst part of that movie. So it's one of the worst things in this movie. Another thing, they use the word quantum a lot. they use like quantum energy and quantum fields and quantum realm, and they make a joke about weight. And then Scott says something like, "Oh, are you gonna put quantum in front of every word?" And I think that's just the writer's cheap way of getting out of it's their cheap way of using the word quantum. Like, they're just lazy. They don't have anything else better to call it, so just put quantum in front of everything. Great writing tip, everybody. What do I know about writing? It's not like I want to write a story. What was that? Getting back to Ant-Man and the Wasp. Good movie. I'll give it about a 7 or 8 out of 10. Probably 7 out of 10. Michael Pena, best part. Michael Goggins, worst part. Another thing I haven't touched on, Ghost, the main villain, the main antagonist. She was good, I guess. What I found interesting was her, with how she got her powers. I thought it was just the suit making her, like, I want to say translucent, but that's not the right word. Transparent. Like, she's like a ghost. She can go through things with no ease. But what makes no sense about it is that when first time she tries to touch Scott on his face, like his cheek, her hand just goes through him. And so people can't, like, touch her, you know. And so when Janet Van Dyne, Hank Pym's wife, comes back from the quantum realm when she gets saved, she touches her, and she uses her magic fingers to save her from this state. So I don't know if they confirm that, like, she's not, like, a ghost anymore. But anyway, that's what the movie gave off, so I'm going to accept that. Anyway, that was a bogus way to get out of a that was very bogus. Like, her using her, like, "Oh, I got quantum powers now. Let me heal you." That was very lazy in my part. What do I know about writing? It's not like I want to write a story. What was I saying? Oh yes, Ghost. I kind of wanted to make a video about her, but I wouldn't know what to say about her other than her powers are interesting. I mean, they say they've had her since she's had it since a young age, and she's been in S.H.I.E.L.D. She was a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent for a bit, which is strange since we never hear about her again. So, we never hear about her in the Marvel Universe, except this movie. As if she never existed before this movie. But anyway, just another way to connect the movies, I guess. Anyway, that was Anyway, Ant-Man and the Wasp, okay movie, mediocre at best. Michael Pena, best part, 7 out of 10. And now the final movie of today, until I watch Sorry Not to Bother You, is Hotel Transylvania 3. Now, I never mentioned it on this channel, but I have a very great relationship with the Hotel Transylvania movies. I've been watching them since I was a child, since the first one came out. I've watched them in theater ever since. And I watched them all on Netflix multiple times. They're really good. They're pretty good for kids' movies. Rewatching them, especially the second one, and the first one. The first one is probably the best of the three. But we're not talking about those today. Another day, maybe. But I got more things to talk about. Like the third movie. The third movie usually is the least favorite of the bunch of the trilogies. Like Star Wars and Spider-Man. Yeah, that's all I can think of right now. Anyway, Hotel Transylvania. 3. That's 4. That's 4. 3. You know, it was just another Hotel Transylvania movie, I guess. I gotta just shut my brain off. I watched it, I enjoyed it. There were some cliches here and there. The main focus was, I don't know if you've ever seen those. If you haven't, then none of this will make sense to you. It starts off with, the main character monsters. Is the sun in the way? I think that's... Let me just It's better. The main character monsters: Murray, Wayne, the Wolf, the Invisible Man, David Spade, Dracula, and Frankenstein. The five monster boys. They were on a train. This is like in the past, and then this guy, you may know him, Professor Van Helsing. Yeah, he hunts them down. He's trying to hunt down the monsters, and he's like, "Oh, I'll hunt you down till the end of time." And he's not lying, because he returns like midway through the movie, and he's like replaced his body with like mechanical body parts. So it's a very creative. It's very creative design, especially for the characters. The best thing this movie has going for it, besides the message, which is to accept people, whether monster or human, and to also that, oh, you can fall in love twice, because they have this thing called a zing, which is like their version of love at first sight. The monsters, I mean. And Dracula had it with his wife, but she died, and so he had it again with Van Helsing's great-granddaughter, Erica Van Helsing. And so they fell in love, but at first she was trying to kill them. And I'm turning to my dad in the theater, and I'm like, yeah, she's gonna turn good in the end. That was very predictable. I mean, it was fine, but it was very predictable. But what do you expect from a 1-hour kids film? Now, what did I like? I like the characters as usual. They're funny. I like the line, "You gotta be greater than the haters," that Murray says when Dracula saves Van Helsing from his impending doom. I also like these couple of scenes. There's this one with these gremlins, like they're on a plane, but it's run by gremlins, and they're very interesting, I'll say that much. And they're crazy, the plane's broken down and such, is like green and broken down. And they're about to crash into the water, because they're going on a sea, right? Excuse me. Hey, just paused it for a second. Gremlins, plane, green, broken down, and then there's this one funny part where the gremlins are, the pilots, I mean, and they're crashing, and they're like, "Hey, what are you gonna do for the weekend?" And the other's like, "Oh, gotta take the kids to soccer." And it's just funny, because they're so calm while they're crashing. It was very amusing to me. Anyway, what didn't I like? The cliche with Erica Van Helsing, as I said, and they did this dance party sequence with the Macarena song. That was not good. I was upset by that scene. But one other scene I forgot to mention, there was this scene where this squid character, where they're going to Atlantis, and this squid character is like singing this jazz song. And I'm like, ooh, this is good stuff. So Hotel Transylvania, 3, sorry. A good movie. I would give it about an 8 out of 10. And, it's a good movie. It's a good message. And you should probably take your kids to see it if you have kids. Or maybe you are a kid. Maybe just go out to the theater and do something in your life, man. Instead, just stop watching the deep chocolates videos and go watch a movie. But I want to say some things before I end the video. So, my whole channel will not consist of just reviews. So if you want more than just reviews, I will gladly do more than just reviews, because I have a list of things I want to do. Like, I plan on making a video on Atlanta, Solo a Star Wars story, Isle of Dogs, Gorillas, The Doors. I was planning to do one of The Doors. I might even do one on sweet old Michael Jackson here, just for the fun of it. Jimi Hendrix, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and the musical references. Might do some like Funko Pop reviews if I get Funko Pops. Probably not though, because I'll just open it and I'll put it on my shelf. Like I got this sweet little boy. Anyway, so yes, I will not just be doing reviews. I will do other things as well. And this is just 24 minutes long. This is not like 42 minutes long anymore. So, thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for not unsubscribing. Hit the like button down below if you like the video. Subscribe if you want to or don't. You can do whatever you want. I won't judge you. I will keep making videos otherwise. Have a great day. I love you like I love King Dedede. Purple haze all around. Don't know if I'm going up or down. I forgot the lyrics. I'm sorry. I was gonna make a joke out of that, but it doesn't matter. Have a good night. See you, folks. Fake hat tip. Oh yeah, Michael Jackson. This is just ended with Michael Jackson.